Welcome into the show, everybody. It's Paint with Josh. We're back in the studio with you again today on a ginormous canvas. It's immense. It's humongous. And we're going to get started right now. So, we've got our canvas covered in our black gesso on the bottom, and then we've left this stripe kind of open. You can see we just kind of got lazy with the gesso and let it cover a little bit of white canvas, a little bit of black canvas. It's all good. Then we took our black gesso and covered that in liquid clear, and then we covered our white in liquid white. Right? And that way we've got wet canvas all over the place, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll. So you guys are going to tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? Just because this thing is so huge. It's humongous. Now, you'll be able to pick up this painting if you go to paintwithjosh.com. You can grab it. What's up, Carrie? Everybody over on YouTube. We're going to just zoom in just a little touch right there. Should be just perfectly enough, right? Oh, man, this thing zooms in so fast. There we go. Cool, guys. You guys ready to do something neat? Let's get fun. Let's have some fun. Now, we're going to grab our 2-inch brush. I've been doing these Oregon Seascapes a lot. They're really cool looking. And what we're going to do is do a sunsetty, seascapey sky. So let's get in here to our yellow, right? I'm going to have to get real close to all you guys just to show you all the colors, right? So we'll come into our yellow, grab it up. Remember, we're also streaming to YouTube and to Facebook. So no matter which one you're watching on, YouTube's over here, TikTok's in the middle, Facebook's on this side. You can go watch on any 3 platforms, and your view might be a little bit different. I think the YouTube camera's the best. I'm just saying. Now, we're going to come up here with our yellow onto this big old enormous canvas. This ginormous thing of a doer. Way out here, right? Best part about doing big canvases is you can let your paint grow. It always wants to grow far on us, and we have to judge when we're on a small canvas so we don't lose too much of our sky, right? Get a little yellow ochre out here. All we're doing is blocking in the color, just dropping it on, and then we'll go back and we'll blend it out later on. You guys gotta let me know where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwiches? And the more that we mix this color, you can see it get lighter, right? It's lighter because of that liquid white that's on the canvas. It will continually get lighter and lighter and lighter. The more that we mix it, the more it'll kind of fade into this very, very, very bright color. We want a little bit of our red and a little bit of our crimson together. The red and the crimson together, and then we got to make a choice. Do we do brown for our sky, like brown and black around the top, or blue and black? You got to let me know. Brown and black or blue and black? And I'll show you why we need them both. Out here, a little bit of our crimson-y red together. Right? You just let it blend out onto the canvas. Take like 4 steps to get over here to this side of the canvas so we can work. Hi, everybody. How's it going today? Welcome into the Paint with Josh show, everybody. So, like I said, you can grab this painting before anyone else gets it if you go to paintwithjosh.com. We're moving away from the Etsy site, so if you normally only watch me on Facebook and on YouTube, and you only see me on Mondays and Fridays, well, we're moving from the Etsy platform over to my Paint with Josh website. So, everything is going to be over there. If there's something that you don't see on my website, make sure to go over to paintwithjosh.etsy.com. and grab it up over there. But we're kind of transitioning away from Etsy, going to just our own website to use. Now, I asked you guys a question. Should we use brown and black or blue and black? What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? Brown and black or blue and black? Anybody answer me? No, nobody answered me. You guys are just awful. You guys. Oh, pizza slouters sound so good, don't they? Just don't they sound amazing? Remember, guys, I'm here. I'm looking for your comments. Tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? And should we add brown and black or blue and black? You guys let me know. We got brown, we got blue, we got blue. We got lots of people want to see blue and black over here on Facebook. We got a couple people want to see our brown and black sky, which we did over there. So what if we did a bit of brown and black on this side and a bit of blue on that side, right? So we're going to our blue sky first, right on top of our crimson red paint. Say this sky, bang, right? Top a little bit of our blue. And the blue is so powerful, you can literally, it will want to take over every single bit of your sky. So you got to be careful not to put on too much. Okay, now, get a bit of our black in there as well. We may have to switch brushes, but start way out on the corner, grab some of our Bob Ross black. And as we get out here and we mix it down on top of that blue, it's going to go like a very darkish gray color. It's going to be really cool for our sunsetty sky. little bit of our black over here. We're gonna take like 10 steps back just to see where you guys are. Way back here, man. Way back here. All right, let's get a different brush. Let's go into our 2 brown colors. Okay? Hello? Hello, Mr. Brown color. No? It's got skin grown all over the top of them. It's been pretty dry out here in Oregon, like drier than I thought. Like Jess G's painting, she just got a painting, 2 days ago? It's already dry. I already mailed it. It's in the mail today. It's headed to her right now, right? So it's been super dry, or at least I can get the humidity out of the paintings pretty quickly anyway. Over here now, we got our 2 browns exposed. You have been exposed. Let's come in here, we'll grab up just a little, and you're like, Josh, what are you gonna do to sand? You got a whole bit of sky up there. And I'm like, nah, we're not done yet. We're gonna go in deep and heavy with the browns and the black. And watch what happens. You gotta take 6 steps over here as we start to mix this guy down, right? Now, once we mix it, and mix it, and mix it, and mix it, and mix it, it'll all blend together. And this guy's gonna come over and blend with it. And just by our pressure pushing on it back and forth, and we'll have a really neat looking sky. But the more brown that we add, the deeper kind of sunsetty, deserty, like dusky kind of sky. At least where I'm from, that's what I like them to look like. So let's finish the edge of our canvas over here. Just a touch, just a little bit. Then we'll go blend out all these colors, you guys. So let me know where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? So I try to work out all these colors in a place that no one will even ever see, way up here on the top of the canvas. Because that's just the kind of painter I am. Right now, we're going to need to get a step stool, first of all, so I can see. Ah, perfect, perfect. Hey guys, welcome to the Paint with Josh show, where we stand on chairs and paint. Because that's how big this canvas is. No joke. Okay. Come out here, get the whole top of this guy. Gonna be gorgeous. You guys. So tell me where you're watching from. Ooh, how many times have you had to stand on a chair to finish your painting? Yeah, that's a good question, man. Now here, gotta get my side color over here and down and around, and now we go back for the blending, okay? So we're gonna wash off our brushes, and every time I wash off the brush, you guys gotta let me know where you're watching. What's your favorite sandwich? What's your favorite brush? What's your favorite paintbrush to use? Can you tell me? Two things at once. How hard it is for my brain. You guys know how you do like the tap your head and rub your stomach thing? I was trying to dab the brush and also spin it inside of a cup that could have spilled. Ooh, dangerous. Okay, let's get over here. We're gonna start mixing our big old sky, blending it down, making sure we got no other color left in these brushes, bashing them on a table just like a drum. Okay, now we gotta come into our lightest spot first. And as we come into our lightest area, it's gonna start to get some of that yellow paint onto our brush. Start to whip it out here. Grab up some of our yellows, some of our reds. Watch this, grab some of this color out here. Work it in, right? The more we push on it, the farther it's gonna wanna work in. So you get out there and you start to mix it. Mix it with the reds and the yellows, and it starts to all blend together. Back and forth and back and forth. Not every place is all gonna be exactly the same amount of mixed, right? We don't need it to all be one color all the way across. I don't really like there to be bands of color where you have like just a stripe and a stripe and a stripe. I don't like that, so I tend to go back and work it in a lot more. Right? And that way you get this nice gradient blend all the way down. Right? Compared to over here, this, right, versus stripes. Just blend it a bit more is all we gotta do. Now, I'm gonna come over here and work into this side, holding on to the edge of my canvas because this big guy is gonna wanna move. That's crazy, dude. Way over here, full stretch. Mixing, 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 mixing. Now it starts as we start getting closer to our light color. We're gonna want to stop pushing on it so hard and start to judge. That way it doesn't, that pink and red doesn't overtake everything, right? Doesn't that look cool? God, a break. Oh, my arm. Holy cow, that's a big canvas, you guys. That's a canvas and a half. Remember that. Look at that sunset, though.
Here's what I found.
Look at that sunset, though. Thanks, Wanda. Appreciate ya. Now, all this dark color, right, is going to want to come overtake all of our brightness. Same brush. Haven't washed it. Haven't cleaned it. Let's do this side first. It's easier to stand over here. All right, get this guy. We'll start to intermix the colors down and down, right? The more we push it, the more it's going to want to come into our colors. So you got to start to judge on your pressure. Over here, over there, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, pull it down, push it up. Whatever you want it to be, right? Get it out there. Good color, just work at it, right? It may not disappear as fast as mine does. All it takes is a little time and practice, and you can work at your sky, blending it down to whatever you want it to look like, right? God, I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break over here already. Look at this, guys. Right, we can work some of this stuff down a little bit more. Mixing it, mixing it, mixing it. Letting it blend. That's all mixing is, guys. The girls know how to blend their makeup, right? I don't know how to do that. I have to come up with other terms. Dumb guys like me don't. Let's just mix it until it's all sort of the same inch. We can't really tell where one thing is and where another thing isn't. Look how far away I have to keep the cameras. Almost full stretch from my self, just so you guys can see this craziness out here. This thing is immense. Oh, perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go out into our blue. Remember, the blue is gonna want to overtake. Don't let it happen. Start out here in the front. Grab our canvas from underneath over here. We hold this guy. Start out here and we start mixing it. And you can see, even if we do this one spot, just enough, right? It will sort of blend itself together. We don't have that harsh line anymore. That's what we're looking for throughout the whole thing. So as we come in, we start working at it and working at it and working at it. It's a big old canvas, so it may take some time and pressure on our brush and a little tension on our palms. Oh! Let's say painting's no exercise. Well, you haven't covered a big canvas then, my friend. Let me tell you, right? The more you mix it, it's a soft little thing, right? We need to work on it right here a little bit, and then work that black section out at the top, and we should be good, right? And then we can go add our clouds and do all sorts of stuff. So, you guys, can you tell me how many colors are on the canvas right now? What's up, Debbie? How's it going? How many colors are on the canvas? How many have we used so far? How many? You tell me. How many colors have we used so far while trying to blend out this enormous, immense, humongous sky as we come out here? Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Work that dark spot out here, let it get softer, right? And then we'll go back with another brush and work on this area where we're kind of dragging our blue and reds together. As soon as you get too much paint on your brush, it's not going to blend as well anymore, right? So we have to literally go back and change the brush after we get rid of all this hard stuff up here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Right? Now we'll come back in, grab a nice, fresh, clean, dry brush, and then come back into our light spot first and work outwards again. Right? So we'll come out here. Now that there's less paint, it'll blend a lot easier with all those colors, right? Where you can just literally drag it and not even leave a spot in our yellow sky. Now that area right there, perfect spot for a cloud, you guys. Just perfect. Perfect. It's perfect for a cloud. So, did you think that the sky was going to look like that by the time we got done when we first started? No, you didn't think. Whoever said 8, you are correct. Valerie97 said 8. Oh, I know, Alma. They're huge. Just an immense canvas. You can do so many things with it. Hey, what's happening, DJ? Thanks for tuning in over on YouTube, guys. Remember, guys, if you're watching over on Facebook, hit the share button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the share button. If you're watching on TikTok, hit the share button. Right? Send it out to anybody that you know that you might think might enjoy just a little relaxation, a little bit of learning, and a lot of bit of fun. That's all we do out here. I like this. I want it to be darker though, just in my own brain. It's got to be a little darker, so we've got a little more black. I'm going to go back and work it in. All of that stuff there. Over here, right? Blend it down. Then we can go back and work it with that other brush that doesn't have so much paint on it. Start to blend that guy together. There we go. There it is. There it is, guys. Over here, over there. All right, all we're doing is kind of crisscross strokes just until it blends it away, back and forth, so lightly. Just make your sky a little bit darker on our one side, a little more stormier. I like a stormy sky. What do you guys think? Do you prefer painting just pretty blue skies, or do you like having a little stormy sky in there? Let me know in the comments below. Gorgeous. That's the worst part about a seascape. You can't hide any part of your sky, right? It's there. So you gotta make sure it's nice and perfect before we continue. Now, let's get out here with a little bit of our little fan brush. Let's grab a little fan brush. I think it's the most versatile brush you can get. It's a little fan brush. Right here like that. Into the old paint pile. Lots of paint on our brush. And right where we have this little kind of a colored band, right? So from red to blue instantly. Why don't we come across, look at this, mush it up, smooshing the paint, getting it all across that little bright section where our colors kind of meet up. So came down over here. Boom, we're gonna have this whole big old thing out here in the night. Well, day, sunset, whatever. Right? Pop a little more color right into there. Gorgeous! All right, watch this. Let's go back with a 1-inch brush, or a 2-inch. Whatever is more comfortable for you, I always say. Come out here and we start to mix at it with our little 1-inch brush. If you got the Bob Ross set, it's the Bob Ross landscape brush, the little 1-inch landscape. Over here, start to pull it down, mix it down onto that color that's beneath. Right? Each time we do, it's gonna kind of pick up some colors from under there. And if you want to blend it out completely, you can. It's all up to us. All right, take some of this guy. Over here, a couple little bits. You can see we can change our counterclockwise strokes to clockwise strokes to back and forth, however you want it to be, whatever's easier for you. Mix it up. Man, this big old bank of a cloud out there in the day, right? Some of the times we leave these little spaces in between so we can come back and mix them. Bit on top, bit on the bottom. You gotta mix them together, however you like it to be. Right? Sometimes we push up, sometimes we push down. Wherever you want it to look. It's up to you, right? That's a cool looking cloud right there. Just a cool looking cloud over here. Now let's go back, wipe off our brush. Come back over here, grab up a little bit of our white onto the brush. Let's say, we'll let it go do way off here. Just mushing it on, stay a little bit lower. Underneath that guy, pop it out, a little floater of a cloud, anywhere he wants to be out here in the day. Come back, grab our same old brush. Grab it up, mix it down. Right, we're all basing it off of our pressure. How light do you want your cloud to stay? That's up to you. You mush it a little bit harder, it's going to take some of that brightness away and blend it down. Right? If you want to keep it real bright, you don't touch it very hard. All up to however you want it to look, guys. It's not my painting, it's your painting we're worried about. How does yours look? Oh, that. See, you don't have to fill every space of sky with a cloud either. Right? It really looks cool. It really looks cool, guys. All right. Wow, you guys are awesome. I think we can fit one more little cloud underneath this guy. I think there's enough room that we can get down on it. Fit another little cloud. Right down in here somewhere. A little floater off in the distance, just deep, way off. Right, flat little guy. Doesn't have to be perfectly flat. It'll be a little soft little thing out there in the day. Come out here and grab it up and mix it down. Now, if you've got a big old wall in your house that you've just been waiting for the most awesome beach scene you've ever seen, this one's for you. Get that little bristle out of there. Bingo, bango. Can't ever get every paint bristle out. Right? A lot of times they break off and they're in there and then we don't notice them until they dry. Right? Then you get it to where if you do remove it, now you're going to pull paint off of the canvas as well, which is not what anybody wants. So, check this out too. Let's pop in just a little old, just for Karen. It's because we haven't done one in a while, a little old contrail. Flying out from behind the blue sky. Just a couple little swipes in the one direction, one long swipe in the other direction. Doesn't have to be the most straightest thing you've ever seen. Just like that, flying off in the night. Well, towards the day. Towards the blue sky, anyway. Oh, I like it. I like it, guys. I like it. I like that. All right, let's clean up a couple brushes. And we'll come over here. Remember, you can get this painting if you go to paintwithjosh.com. It's the very first thing you're going to see. There's only one. Just like Highlander rules, right? There can only be one. This one's number 1381. Can you believe it? Can you believe we've done that many paintings? Because it's hard for me to believe. It's a lot of paintings. Hey! I think you're doing it double fisting, man. Double fisted clean over here. Right, that sounded kind of bad out of context. Over here, over there. We got one more brush to clean, guys, then we'll be ready to put in our ocean. Are you ready? Are you ready? You gotta let me know if you're ready, otherwise we can't continue if you're not ready. We had 22 minutes to paint that massive sky. My goodness. Oh! I don't like that little cloud in the front so much. The shape's like a little too bright. Alright, watch this. We're going to come back in, push on a little harder, mush it around, make it a little softer, a little harder to see, a little further away. And now I like it a whole lot better. Look at that. Just gorge. Just gorge, guys. Alright, while we have the time, let's take a little bit of our yellows, 2 yellows. We're going to mush them down into here. Just a little bit. Maybe like our sandy sort of undercolory reflective bit. And we'll work a little bit more of them into our darkness a bit later on. We don't even have to cover the whole thing, honestly. A bit of our red, a bit of our crimson down underneath as well. We're going to go back and cover over this section with some brown, throw our sand on with our little sandy technique and all that stuff. All we want to do is have a little bit of color. A little bit of color out there to be underneath our sandy, watery reflection as it's rolling. Now, let's work on our water. We need to take a little bit of black onto our brush. Yes, black. The sea is a deep, dark, black ocean. Especially when you're looking at it way off in the distance. It's always very dark. So a little bit of black, a little bit of blue. Let's come up here, grab on, and stay underneath our line. Right? Underneath, underneath, underneath. All we're trying to do is deposit a little bit of that blackish, bluish color. Right down here. Right along the back. You have to come up into your sky. Back over there, over here, over here. Doesn't even have to fill the entire thing, right? All we need, a little black, a little bit of blue. Okay, take away all these little guys. Straight across. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that, guys. Perfection. Okay? We want it to be a little bit fatter on the one side, a little bit skinnier on this side. So let's add a little more. Just a touch. Too much. A little bit over here. It's a little bit fatter on the triangle. Gets very small. Now we're just going to go into the blue on its own. Just the blue, just onto the same brush. Haven't changed anything. But this one just has the blue in it again. Very small on the left side, a little bit larger on our right side. So you can scrub it in there. All we're using it for is a bit of undercolor. We're not even trying to see it. We're just trying to put it out there. Right, now we got to go with our 2 browns again. You don't want to have too much ocean. I've done a few of these now, and they all turn out a little bit different every time. Right? You don't want to put too much water back there. You want to see more sand than anything else, especially with our cool sand technique. That's what we're all here for. That's what we want to see, right? So, let's get to it. Throw a little of our brown underneath our blue. Now they come way down. Again, same shape though, right? bigger and fatter on the one side, skinnier as it goes away. We got these little bands of color, so we can then go back and cover up. Cover them over with our water. Bring some of that brown down here, just scrubbing it in. Wherever you want it to be. I'm going to use as little as possible. We don't want it to be super brown. Right, so you put it on there, and then you got to really work at it, and mush on it, and push on it. Get it to spread out all the way. If it grips your brush, and you're going back more than you know, you got a lot of paint in that one area, right? A little bit like that. Now we got our sand, we got our beach, got our reflective little puddles. Off in the back here looks pretty cool. Looks pretty neat, guys. So, remember, you can grab this one up, but you got to do it before someone else does. There's only one of them. Once it's gone for good. Alright. This one over here, over there. Now comes the fun part, guys. Alright, so, we're going to grab our palette knife. And with our palette knife, the Paint with Josh palette knife, by the way, is very sharp. Be careful, I'm just warning you now. It's a little sharp. Let's grab some of our titanium white, literally scoop it so we create a hole where it was on our palette. And let's come out here, and out here, just make this big long, kind of getting higher over here, lower over there, right? So it looks a little further away, gets a little bigger. One long street. Doesn't even have to all be connected or be all the same color, right? Now, since this guy has the least amount of paint on it over here, it's going to be the easiest way to not make a mistake, right? So you can kind of get used to scrubbing into your paint over here where there's not as much. Now, as we get into the place where it gets a little bigger, all we want to do is grab a bit of that paint and work it backwards, the smallest bit, right? We're just kind of scraping along and then moving up and to the side. And that way, you'll get these cool little bits where it'll drop off a little piece of water, a little piece of white way back on the edge of our line back there. Right? So all it is a little bit of glare, a little bit of sea foam up on top of the water, and then the white bit is the crasher that's coming in, it's falling down. Right? Not everyone's going to be all exactly the same, so don't worry about it. When we come, let's start over here. A little bit lower. This guy's like falling and crashing. He's got a little different shape to him because they don't all have to be the same, right? They don't all have to be perfect. We're not going to see every single bit of every single wave that's crashing down out there, right? A little bit up there, working it backwards, trying to keep the smallest thing. It's dark out there in the ocean. It's deep and it's dark, and you got to have those little things out there, right? And you got to take a step back every so often and take a look just at how you are. Thanks, Cynthia. Appreciate you. The sky is just immensely fantastic. Remember, guys, this one is available. It's on. What's happening, Lisa, over there on YouTube? Thanks for watching, everybody. Terry, Alma. This is a 24 by 48. 24 inches by 48. So 2 foot by 4 foot. I have like a 6 foot span, so we got another foot on each side. But 24 by 48 is the size of this guy. And it's enormous. Over here, it's like the size of my waistband, 24 inches. Patrick Swayze. No, it's more like 48. All right, it's not that big, but it's in between. We'll call it a good in between. It's like Patrick Swayze, like a 24-inch waist. Nobody can pull that out, not at my age. Oh, look at that thing. Look at that, guys. Just coming in, rolling in, baby. Rolling in. Now, we don't want them to just be straight lines, right? So we got to come in with this guy and connect on a little bit, get a little closer, drop on a little bit more. And as we go, the waves have to grow bigger on this side, skinnier on that side, right? Not everything has to be all connected, of course, but you do have to get a little bigger and a little wider as they come over here. That way this side's going to look closer, that side's going to look further away. Little things we can do. Then we go back in and we scrub. We scrub and we scrub. Trying to leave a little bit of line. TLC didn't want no scrubs, but I do. Yeah, baby. Just leave a little bit of that line of that white or your color to intermix with whatever color's in the underneath. Yeah, TLC might not like it, but I like the scrubs. Come in here and we scrub it. Scrub it back. Come down. Drag it around. Just created a little circle back in there, right? Meaning that guy's a little further away, this guy's a little closer, and he's over here. So he's coming down, whipping out, connecting on to his little buddy, his little pal, over here and over there. Not everywhere's going to be all the same. We're going to go back and mush it down, soften it, drop little bits of blue back in between everywhere. It doesn't all have to look exact. Right? Little things that are going on out here. Nothing has to all be exactly the same. Ooh, I like that. In between these two little guys, right, we grabbed a little bit of light, dumped in just another little section of water in between them, just so it doesn't look like it's crashing over this whole huge thing. Right? Just like that, we're starting to build. It's coming in. It's going to get our toes wet, you guys. It's literally going to get our toes wet. The more we come back in here, the more wet it's going to get. Oh, I love it. All right, now, again, a little skinnier, a little fatter on this side, just by scrubbing in some paint. Not using too much of it at all, really. Out here, let's connect on, let's grab it out, and move it out a little forward. Maybe that guy's starting to scrape down too, right? Not everyone's going to be coming from the same spot or be at the same rate of slapping or lapping as they're all lapping in onto the shore. Right? Nothing is going to all be exactly the same. So we come out here and we start to mix, mush, and take little bits here, little bits there, and then all start looking like water as it's coming in. It's just fantastic. Just fantastic. Oh, I like it. You get all these cool little things that are happening out here. Now, eventually, we're going to get down to our brown sand, in which case we're going to need to change what we're doing. As of now, just a few little bits way out there. Start going like, I mean, is it not? Am I the crazy one? Is it starting to look like water out there? This giant, enormous bit. All these crashers coming in, right? Doesn't it? These little lappy waves as they start coming in, rolling backwards, crisscrossing over each other. I can hear it. Anyone else hear it? Can you hear the water out there? The wind's whipping. Love it, you guys. Just love it. Oh, man, it's excellent. Okay. Now we're getting into our brown section, right? We've gone through the black way in the back. We've gone through the blue way up here in the front. And now we're getting into our brown sandy bit. So our color's going to start to change on us automatically. We don't even have to do anything. It's all going to do it for us, right? We're going to come out here, scrape these little doers in. More little details we're going to have off in night. Or whatever time it is. I don't know what time it is for you guys. Now we're going to need to switch and get a little bit of our liquid white as well. The liquid white, especially up here in our foreground, for me anyway, helps it make it look a lot more wet and shiny and stuff. Oh, shiny old liquid white. As we grab up a little bit of that and our titanium white and then start working it again. Over there. Fun part about the liquid white is it'll usually go a lot further. You don't need to have so much on your knife. It will run, go on a marathon for you, right? We're going to make your little crisscrossies out there. That's all we're really doing. Little crisses and little crosses as our water and everything is rolling in out onto our sandy beach. Now you want to have the liquid white in your knife here because we're going to need to pull down on this guy and get a lot of that color to make our sand kind of shine. That's we're using this whole little thing, our liquid white, literally mushing it on. Like whole flat knife, mushing it on like that. So we can come back in here and make it look a little bit more wet. We're going to take our 2-inch brush and start to pull down on just that one bit that we have. Get the whole canvas shake. The whole canvas shake. This thing's immense. Over here, pulling it down until we get back up to our little oceany bit. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Now. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Eventually, when we come across it like this and take away all those vertical streaks, you get your very wet, sandy, watery, glistening beach like that, guys. Look at that. That's not the most intensely amazing thing you've ever seen. Over here, over there. All right, a little bit higher on our left side, working to a lower spot on our right side. As we go across, that way it's not one straight line. Now, you guys saw what I did before. You got to come in and make all these vertical streaks into horizontal streaks. Okay, you can drag some of your brown down over this bit too. It doesn't really matter. All this stuff is that super compacted, wet sand that's down there at the base, right where the waves are crashing on. It makes our water and our sand a lot more hard, a lot more compacted, like cement to walk on. Right? Get those cool little things out there. Looks a little wetter to me. I don't know. Now let's come back, grab a little bit more liquid white. What are we all going to go do after this show, guys? We're all going over to Glitterwix, because they're going to be pouring awesome candles like you've never seen out here in the night. Like that onto our wet part of our beach. In which case, we'll start taking our little sandy things and just mushing them on in different ways. Get our water to look how we want it to, right? Drop on our little lines, connect it, and we'll start grabbing a little bit more, and then working it backwards, right? These little things up into there, back over here. Not every piece is all going to be exactly the same, remember. We all know that. It's never going to look all the same. Come out a little bit further, get more of our sand and our water and everything from way the heck out. All crisscross it back and forth. There. A little further, a little closer. Little bits, little things, little doers, just cutting them in, because that's literally what it is. It's a mess. It's a mess of stuff out there. Literally. A literal mess. That's all we gotta make. It's just a big old bunch of foamy stuff. It's been all rotated and churned and this and that. All its whole life. There. Now, up there, dip down, come out again, come in, dip down, we come out again. You know what I mean? How do you want it to look? It's gonna look like that. Remember, we're gonna go throw some sand over all of this stuff too. So get out here. That's the fun part, the whole sandy technique. And I mean, the fun part to me is not having to make everything perfect, especially on an ocean scene. You don't have to have perfect water. You know what I mean? Or perfect little bits of sandy stuff, or this, that, and the other, because it's just random. It's a bunch of craziness out there. Have you actually gone down and looked at how the water comes in and like crisscrosses itself back and forth? Some bits are going out, some bits are coming in. It's this never-ending deal. Out there, out here in the night. Oh, perfect. I want to get one more little bit. There, right to the edge. Hey. Nice. Like, all right, now we can go across any one of these guys that we don't like. Right? Take them down, just like we did before. So we get that little bit of wetness down around the bottom, to the base, and then we'll go throw our sandy technique on, which is going to be really awesome. So I hope you're here for that. There we go. Cross it. Take out our vertical streaks on the base right here. Work a little harder on this guy on the side. That. Move that bit of light in there. It's really neat. Right? The more that you miss with it. Now we've got to come in for the sand technique. If you've ever seen me do sand, let me know in the comments right now. Be like, oh, finally, this is what I was waiting for him to get to the sand this whole time. This whole time the sand buried the sand, always with the sand. I know, guys. The sand. So, have you ever seen me do the sand technique before? That's all I got. Just type it into the comments, and that's it. That's a yes, no, maybe so. Maybe if you don't know, but I don't know, maybe. Let's see if we can read some comments out. Let's read some comments out, guys. Sand time. The sandiest sand, says Shane. Shane the dude. He's brand new in the Discord. Maybe? Says George. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for saying that. Oh, I love this water, you guys. Dang. Dude. It's the picture underneath is it's an old seascape that we did that gets all splattered out. All right, so Lori hasn't seen it yet over here on Facebook, okay? So we're gonna roll through. I'm gonna tell you exactly what we're gonna do here. I'm going to try not to cover up too much of our color. We need a little bit of our brown and stuff. Just down in here. Get a little dark, right? It's got that reddy, crimson-y color. And we need to put any more color up there. So just down around here. Just kind of blend in a little bit, just so we have. There we go. A little bit of color. Not trying to overdo it. Not trying to put on too much so we lose that yellowy, gold, reddish, pinkish color. We got to take it down a notch a little bit, right? Just a little. So, just a little touch. Now, here it comes. So, we're going to take a very small little fan brush. A little old guy, dip him into our odorless mineral spirits, right? And then we're going to deposit that. Look what happens. It starts running down my whole thing because it's very wet and runny, right? And it thins down. It's literally paint thinner. It thins down our paint. So we can come back in here, grab up a little bit, right? We mixed it into our big old fat pile. We drug it out here so it's very thin. And now we're going to come on and spray it at the canvas, right? Literally dragging our brush through, throwing off little specks of black right at our canvas. That's all we need, right? Now, it takes the right amount of thinner and the right amount of paint, right? So always paint pressure practice. The right amount of pressure is you're fling it off of your knife, fling it off the side of your palette too. If you get real big ones, then you got too much wetness in your brush. If they're not big enough, then your brush is not wet enough. Right? If you're just spitting out spray or like vapor as it's coming off and you can see it's not really hitting your canvas, get a little bit more wetness, a little bit more paint. Come back out here, and this is just our first layer. This is just the black sandy rocks that are out there. Little things, okay? Can't even really notice them. A couple little baby bits. Right? Right out there. Now we're gonna come back in, wipe that off, get a little bit of our thinner again. As you can see, it's very clear, it's very wet. I'm going to dab it into our darker brown over here. Ooh, that's a lot. Boy, oh boy, I got to keep the palette flatter, otherwise it'll run on me. Okay, now we got our brown color. We're going to come over here and start flicking off little bits of brown right off onto our canvas. They kind of look pretty much like the black ones. Very similar, but they're also got different color. Now, here comes my favorite of all the colors. A little bit of our thinner into our yellow ochre. Get it into there, get it all nice and wet and runny. Come out here and again on the side, start throwing off these golden specks. Oh, if it doesn't just look amazing already, you guys. I usually try to do about 4 colors for my sand. And you can do more if you want. You can do less. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you, however you want your sand to look. Again, if they're not big enough or bright enough, go back in, toss in a few more. Try not to get too close. The closer you get, the more tightly. It's just like a shotgun spray. If it's real close, it's going to be a real small hole. If it's real big, you're going to have a real wide pattern, right? So if you're back farther away, they're going to spread much more widely and get over stuff that you might not want them to get on, right? Let's go a little bit more of our thinner, a little bit more of our yellow ochre, because we got to hit this side over here. Oh, it's just so precious. Oh. Oh, baby, that's cool. Alright, let's come over here, and I'm thinking, if anything, we got just one more little bit of our yellow ochre, just so we can have a few little brighter bits. Back in there, here, there, right? I like that. Alright, let's get over here and do the last part. The last part is, we want to wipe off our brush, no paint thinner inside it, just wipe it off clean. Go back over and get just pure liquid white. Just a little bit of it, that's probably too much. Just some pure liquid white. Rub it all down through all those 3 colors that we were just running through. Right? Now we're going to go back off, and you got to make the noises. If you want it to work. You have to go boom, 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 and just start flinging off all this white all over the place. The more little white specks that you get out there, the cooler it's going to look. You're also going to spray it everywhere. So, be wary, right? Now, let's say we get a spot where like it's got too big. Oh no! Perfect sand, and then it got a bit too big. Let's go in here like this, mush it out, right? Go back over it. You can do it with our own hand. A little bit of darkness. Boom. Brush the pan just a little bit, back and forth. Nothing too crazy. Now we'll go back over it with our few colors, and it'll be all set. Sometimes you can drop too big of a piece on there. too big of a glob of paint, which is why you want to have a very small brush, just like that. Throw some more white over it, and never even see it was even there. Oh, it's fantastic. That is just fantastic. I've never seen the sand come out so stinking well as this one. Oh, it's probably all over the walls. Don't tell my landlord. Hey, over here. Guys. Dude, how good does that look from back here? Holy moly, you dudes. Man, that's cool. That's really cool. All right, guys, well, let's start coming up with a title for it. I didn't expect anyone was going to get this one. I'm doing this one just for myself. So, it's available if you want it, paintwithjosh.com. Comes with free shipping anywhere in the world, free shipping. So, it's all included in the price, and there's no tax on the price. It's just that price is the price. That's what you pay. So, head over there, get it up while you can, before someone else does, and let's all work on a little title. What are we going to call this guy? That's my question. What do we title this thing? Now, if you do buy the painting during the live show, you get to choose the title. So if you think you got the best name out of all the names, purchase the painting, then you get to name it for its own foreverness. And this painting is going to come with this fan brush and the grand prize off the spinning mini wheel. I don't even need to spin it. I'll just give you the grand prize if you end up buying this painting. So it'll come with this brush and the grand prize off the wheel, and I'll sign the brush for you too. But beyond that, let's come up with a title for it. I gotta wipe up a few little things. Get my pot all cleaned up. Zip. Try to get all that paint over there. Over here, over there. And then I'm gonna get ready to go watch the Glitterwick show. She does an awesome candle pouring show. So if you love candles or like glittery things or anything that looks just pretty and nice to look at, then you're gonna enjoy watching her show over there. Dude, that sand, you guys. Murray the Sand, always with the sand. Do you know what movie that's from? If you have kids, you might know easier. If you don't have kids, then you're just a weirdo like me. But I have kids, so I get to play both sides of the coin. There we go. Perfect. Let's throw our little, get our Paint with Josh liner brush out, and we'll throw in the old liner, the old bird signature. It's gonna be fantastic. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Man, it looks so good over on YouTube. Holy schmolies. All right, guys, so we're gonna get a little of our odorless mineral spirits. We're gonna grab up our Paint with Josh liner brush. Very small, very thin liner brush. I mean, it's actually long and thin, but it's not really what you want. It isn't a liner brush. Over here, let's come out and sign this guy up right here. Right through the sky, flying in, guys. Remember, this canvas is a 24 by 48-inch canvas. It is a massive thing to try to ship, which is why the price is what it is, because we include free shipping into that. So, it's not free for me. It's just free for you guys. Let's see if we can do it on this end over here. That's a painting that we're going to get repraised. Just like that, guys. Blowing off that up my own thing. There we go. Gorgeous, you guys. So, what did we come up with for a title? What did we come up with for a title, guys? Here we go. Paradise. So how do I ship them to keep them from damage? I make my own boxes, and that way I save on shipping, and we use bubble wrap. There's a whole process on how we do it. I actually have a video in the how-to section, The Paradise. I like that, Kara. Excellent title. Excellent title. Got John checking in from Chicago over there on YouTube. Tequila Sunrise, Spectral Sunset. I like them all. Calm Before the Storm, A Walk in the Sand, Peachy Sunset, Be Still, Serene Scene. I like that one too. Did I put some stars on the painting below? Yes, we normally do. This painting has really caught some heck over its life. It's got a few, they're still, see what I mean? I can rub some of them and they straight, but all it's here for is to protect us from that light, right? That light back there likes to mess with the camera, and it shoots directly up into my eyeballs when I'm standing right here, so I have to have something there. And that painting was one of the ones that didn't sell during the live shows, and so it got used as a display, and then it got so bad I had to eventually take it out of my store, and that way nobody would get it anymore. All right, let's pick a title. We'll title this huge thing, and then we'll get out of here and go watch the Glitterwick show. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Manu. Appreciate it. Yes, it got sacrificed, that painting down there. It sure did. It sure did. Relaxation Seaside. Oceanic Paradise. I like that. Seaside Escape Seaside Paradise. How'd I get inspired into oil painting? I do have a video that tells you exactly how to go. So, Kat, go to paintwithjosh.com. Paintwithjosh.com. It's the very first thing you're going to see on paintwithjosh.com. Is this massive 24 by 48 inch canvas. It's huge. It's humongous. And I'm going to ship it to you for free. And if you buy it during the live show, you're going to get that brush along with it and the grand prize off a spinny winny wheel. So, balls in your court, isn't it? And you get to choose the title, right? If you buy the painting, you get to pick its title, unless we've already titled it. Then it doesn't seem to work. So, we're trying to title it right now. We've got about 10 minutes, we've got about 8 minutes until the Glitterwick show, and then we're going to all go over there and watch. Ooh, Sherbert Shores, I like that. Dashing Shores, Oceanic Paradise. I dig it. Guys, it looks so cool. It is so big. It really is. The Cosmic Needs a Lighthouse. My Own Private World. That's a cool title right there. Right? You could literally, like, if you sit close enough to this thing and just put on some ocean sounds, you could literally look side to side. It's like you're at the beach by yourself. You're like, oh, it's my own private beach. It's amazing. I'm going to come here every day. Point Pleasant, I like that. Thank you, Peggy. Appreciate you. Looks like a dream, says Kaylee. Sound of Serenity. You guys are awesome. My Own Private World. Oh, guys, after the hurricane, that's a cool one. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Anybody got a title over here on YouTube? Anybody for the titlings? The Paradise Sunset Melon Sky. I like that one, too. Thank you, Wanda. Appreciate it. Tranquility Sunset. You guys are just awesome. Are you not? Are you not just awesome? Because I think you're awesome. Relaxation Seaside. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. I think that might have to be the title. This canvas is long enough to have a big, long title if we want a big, long title. Ooh. And I know she does. She sells seashores down by the seashore. We could write a whole book on the back. It's very true. Very true. All right, guys. Well, let's get, let me choose a name here. Invisible Footprints. I dig that. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gilligan's Island. I like Spectral Sunset as well. Sherbert Sunrise. Amazing. Sleepless Sea. That's kind of cool. Ain't this just beachy? I like that too. I like that too, guys. Ahoy matey. You guys are funny. All right, let's go with the, let's see, maybe Spectral Sunset. Can somebody pin that one? Do one of you mods pin Spectral Sunset for me? Because I like that title. Come up here. Big old canvas. This thing is immense. Woo! And it's heavy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right here. Bingo, bango, guys, downs, and ping pals. Let's see. I hope you guys pick it tight. JK original. Number, write it down here. Number 1381. Cool. Alright, what are we calling it again? Just in case, did it sell? No. What are we calling? Spectral Sunset. Got it. Okay. Let's get out here. Spectral Sunset. Awesome title. Painted on 7/8 of 2025. And we're all going to go to paintwithjosh.com because it's the best place of all. Pretty cool. See, it's huge, you guys. It's humongous. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't even spin it. There we go. Alright, you guys all go over, check out London's show over at Glitterwix. And she's on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. She's everywhere that you are. I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube and Facebook cameras. And then we'll wait until London's ready to transition over on TikTok. So, you guys have been awesome. Thank you guys for joining the stream. We did huge things today, and it was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see your guys' versions of this painting. So send it into send it into facebook.com/official paintwithjosh. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day, and blah. You guys are crazy. Oh man, I'm a total nutcase.